try to muster up the strength for a few comments. Been a long day, obviously. Not the way we hoped it would go, but as I told our guys after the game, the Georgia Tech win, not the prettiest thing in the world, but at this point in time, it's about finding a way to win and getting to play again the next day. So we're tired. We're a little disappointed that we weren't able to win the first game, but we do get to play tomorrow, and I think a little bit of sleep, a little bit of rest, a little bit of energy when we wake up in the morning and we're ready to get back here and find a way to put some runs on the board early and try to put some pressure on them.
Coach or Andrew both, was there any feeling of a hangover there the first game? Especially bottom of the first.
I would say yes, because I mean, not only are we tired, but it's more the emotional stress after that first game to come back and know that your back's against the wall for the second game. But and it was tough for Fish to get that first. I think the first error by Eric, and then the bunt was a good bunt, and then the rain delay. So I mean, it was tough for him to kind of get going, and it was tough for us to get going. But we pushed through it, I think.
How big was the play by Baker third and on his chest?
Well, you know, Bake's in there, or worked his way in there because of the defense he plays, and he's become a tougher out. And so he kind of understands that, and he takes a lot of pride in his defense. And he's really a shortstop playing third base and growing up in front of our eyes defensively. And I think that was a huge play. I think the fact that we could keep him to 2 and we minimized the damage probably took a little wind out of their sails and gave us a little bit of hope. We could hang around until Fish settled in.
Andrew, you guys had so many chances late in that Ole Miss game, you weren't able to come through. Did it just feel good to kind of put that ball over the fence and kind of get something going offensively?
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, the chances that we were getting, and I mean, the pitching was great for them, and they were doing what they were supposed to, and we weren't able to get that clutch hit that we needed. So coming off that game and that just emotional roller coaster, I think we were flat to begin with, and then I got a 3-2, right down the middle pitch that I was able to hit well, and I think that let our guys settle in a little bit too, because we were pressing the first couple innings when they put the 2 spot on the board. So I think once we tied it back up, we played a little bit looser, and we were ready to play.
How did you think about the intensity of the game this afternoon? Have you seen something like that before? 10,000 people kind of really rooting against you that hard?
Last year we traveled down to LSU, and I think that experience has given us a little bit, has given us experience for something like this. So this is not the first time that a lot of our guys have played in front of, over 10,000 guys screaming at you. So I think that helps a bit. But, yeah, obviously at this stage, it's an awesome atmosphere.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I'll stay with you.
You know what? We're going to talk about that back at the hotel and kind of piece it together by the morning. The key is to try to get a few innings out of whoever starts. Just try to get us to the 4th, and if we can score a few runs, we can mix and match a little bit. And if we can get to that second game, which is going to be tough for us, anything can happen. So I think you'll see everybody at some point in time. We'll run them all out there.
Andrew, could you describe the at-bat that you home run on?
Yeah, well, it was pretty simple. He was having trouble finding the zone, so he went 3-0 pretty quick, and I had to take 3-1 and take 3-0 and take 3-1 just to try to get on base and get a guy in scoring position, because then we can get one back maybe if Brian Wolf gets the knock, and so 3-2 he boxed 2 fastballs, and 3-2 was just right down the middle too, so I was able to take a pretty good swing on it.
Were you surprised it went out?
Not really. I hit it well.
It was only your 3rd home run.
Correct.
This team's way past moral victories, but the way the first game went, do you now feel we're definitely on par with this team on their home field? We can compete with them and play.
We're like it was mentioned earlier, an at bat or two away from being locked up in a 2-2 tie, and this isn't an easy environment to come in and execute in, and the left-hander was really competitive. Every time we had somebody in scoring position, he pitched us backwards and did a good job. So we put a lot of pressure on our guys in practice, and we try to make it so the games are as practice-like as is possible, and we just didn't get that hit. So I'd say minus a good at bat or two with runners in scoring position, I felt like we were right there. I mean, absolutely.
Was Greenwood that much different than Trent?
Who I don't know the names.
Greenwood was the kid that got the right hand, they got him late.
And
Ole Miss kid tonight, yes.
He finished.
He was throwing the slider that was a little bit different. And guys were having trouble with that slider. I remember, the fastball was firm. I remember that at bat. That whole game I was having trouble finding my barrel. So I was just trying to put up competitive at bats and carry it over into the second game. And so I was pleased to actually get a knock. But so I was struggling in the first game.
Andrew, what's that first game give you belief-wise?
We're right there, and if we can play defense like we have all year and pitch like we have all year and get that one knock that we didn't get earlier today, I think we can beat these guys.
Andrew, what did you guys do the time you had between the two games?
We sat in the hitting facility, which is much cooler than outside, and ate lunch and kind of. It was tough, but kind of just went through that game, and we talked about flushing it, and that can't carry over, and it did a little bit, but that can't carry over into the next game.
Were guys lying down or sitting?
Just sitting in the chairs there.